Hi, welcome to Griffin Fly MTG. Welcome to another session of MTG Card Challenges. Anything from guessing games to which do you prefer, sometimes some deck building. It's just a fun scattering around.
Kind of just depends on what I put together for the week.
Yeah, and how well I'm able to actually guess things.
You ready for the first one?
Yeah, let's do this.
13 questions, just like 20 questions as a kid, but you only get 13 questions to guess which card your dad picked out today.
So, is it a permanent?
It is not.
Is it an instant?
It is.
Is it multicolored?
It's not.
Is it in Grixis colors? That's either red, blue, or black.
You're asking yes.
If it's in the, okay. Is it red?
No.
Is it blue?
Yes.
Is it 2 mana or less?
Yes.
Is it a counter spell?
No.
Is it 2 mana exactly?
No.
Is it a tutor?
It is.
Is it mystical tutor?
It is. 11. You had a couple left.
Add a little bit of wiggle room there.
Yeah. Nicely done.
You didn't send me into the panic I had last time with, what was it?
The single blue?
Boros?
Oh,
Yes.
all right. Again, I don't know the cards, obviously, as well as you do, so I'm unaware of how many potential guesses there are, or potential cards for a guess. So a single mana blue sorcery. I don't know how many there are.
There are a lot of single blue, or like instants that cost a single blue, but I had to play against ones I thought you might even pick because I didn't see you going with like Opt or something like that.
Are you ready? Oh, you have your calculator ready?
Oh, geez.
We're getting right into it.
Let's do it.
All right. Pass, pay, or proxy. Tutoring cards priced between $10 and $45. You have 15 cards to choose from. I bumped it up a little bit for you. Total value is $295. I'm only giving you a $125 budget. One proxy, no refunds, no change.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, you can tell me how I did. First up, Polluted Delta, $11.50. So not necessarily tutors, but tutoring cards.
Tutoring cards.
Polluted Delta, $11.50.
This changes.
You have to try to
the way I was approaching this.
What's on the list?
Yeah, I was like $45. I think that's about where Vampiric Tutor is. That'll be my proxy if it's there. But what? So Polluted Delta, I'll take. I like my sack lands. So you said $11.50, right?
$11.50. Misty Rainforest, $20.
I will pass on Misty.
Scalding Tarn, also $20.
I'll buy the Scalding Tarn.
Flooded Strand, $12.
I'll pass on Flooded Strand.
Do you know what's these? All these?
Yeah, the pay one life, tap, sack it, go find for Flooded Strand, a plains or an island.
You could say anything, and I'd be like, oh, that sounds right. Verdant Catacombs, $18. Okay.
Yeah, I'll buy this one.
You're actually buying a few. Bloodstained Mire, $12.
Buy.
Mash Flats.
I'm picking the ones that generally fall into my color wheel.
So are there going to be similar cards that would appeal to other people's preferred color wheel?
So the Misty Rainforest is for an island or a forest.
But you're not playing those very often.
I don't play those colors as much.
Okay.
So I don't need that one. But like, did you say, was it Badlands I got?
You got Polluted Delta. Did you get Scalding Tarn?
Scalding Tarn. Like that goes for a island or a mountain. So I can go find the mountain pieces I need.
That you need. All right, let's get back. I totally messed up the, maybe my dyslexia came out. It's Marsh Flats, $21.
I'll buy.
Vampiric Tutor, $45.
Proxy.
Proxy. All right. Where are you?
I have 40.5 left.
Oh, brutal. Wooded Foothills, $10.
I'll buy Wooded Foothills.
Windswept Heath, $10.
I will pass on Windswept Heath.
Arid Mesa, $20.
I'll buy Arid Mesa.
I'm really putting you in a bad spot with your budget. Mystical Tutor, $10. What's the stare for?
I'm trying to figure out what's going to come in at about $15.
Is that what you have left?
No, I have $12.50. I don't think I'll be able to afford this last one either.
Well, I did 15 cards. I think I really messed you up by squeezing your budget down.
You did right by it.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and buy Mystical Tutor.
I think that's a good call. Imperial Seal, $90. Oh, I'm sorry. That's outside the scope of this game. That's too bad. Demonic Tutor, $45. Got to skip it. And Light Tutor, $25. What do you have left? $2?
$2.50. I can't buy it.
World Tutor, yeah. There's some really good tutors.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? Should I have given you a $150 budget?
I think it would have been interesting to do just a straight land one.
And not the tutor
like not
cards?
The normal tutors, but just the lands and then multi-type
So the tutoring
lands.
cards that aren't, I gotcha.
Yeah. I think that would be fun.
Okay. Maybe next time.
Yeah. We got something to play around with.
All right. You ready?
Let's do this.
Last card standing. Winner stays. You only get to keep one card. Callback from earlier in the week. Tutoring Cards Edition. Let's see how well you remember the cards.
All right.
Tutoring cards, not necessarily only tutors. So I don't know how you rank these in your mind. First up, Polluted Delta against Misty Rainforest.
I take Polluted Delta.
Are a lot of these going to be similar cards and they just based on how you play the game?
Correct. So all of these lands are going to be pay well in life, sack it, go get a land with the land typings that the card specifies. Each of them are going to specify 2 types.
You get one of the 2.
I'm going to wait till we get like a Bloodstained Mire.
All right, not yet. Scalding Tarn.
I'll jump to Scalding Tarn.
Flooded Strand.
I'll stick with Scalding Tarn.
Well, you corrected my pronunciation last time. It still looks like Verdant Catacombs.
I will stick with Scalding Tarn.
Okay. Bloodstained Mire.
I jump to Bloodstained Mire.
Marsh Flats.
Bloodstained Mire is going to survive all the lands.
What if I include a tutor that's not a land?
Oh, I know, but as you said, it's a callback. So if I remember the order right,
What's next?
I think we have one more land and then we jump over to Vampiric Tutor. Is it a straight jump?
Vampiric Tutor.
I mean, I'm taking Vampiric Tutor.
Okay. Wooded Foothills.
Gonna stick with Vampiric Tutor all the way.
Are you? Windswept Heath.
Vampiric
So
Tutor.
definitely Vampiric Tutor over the land tutoring cards.
Yeah, Vampiric Tutor gets any card in the deck for 1 mana and 2 life. It is hands down better.
It's still legal.
Yes, it's hands down better than the lands, though.
Where were we? Windswept Heath?
Yeah.
You took it.
No.
Arid Mesa.
I did not
you,
take
you took We're
Yes.
saying the same thing. You took Vampiric Tutor over Windswept
Correct.
Heath. Arid Mesa.
Vampiric Tutor.
Mystical Tutor.
Vampiric Tutor.
Imperial Seal. No, I should include that one. Really?
No.
That card's like twice as much.
The entire premise is what I'm going to play. If I play a seal, people are going to look at me weird, asking what I'm doing with that in my deck.
It doesn't fit.
Oh, it's the exact same as Vampiric Tutor, but twice the price.
Okay. Demonic
it's just
Tutor.
to change.
No, go ahead. What are you saying?
It's just a change of printings.
But it's the same. It's a similar card.
They do functionally the exact same thing.
Okay. I just assumed from the price it's some special card. You're still with Vampiric Tutor.
Yeah, Imperial Seal is also fundamentally worse than Vampiric Tutor because it's a sorcery speed versus instant speed.
Oh, interesting.
It's just Imperial Seal hasn't been printed as many times as Vampiric Tutor.
Supply and demand.
Yes.
All right. Demonic Tutor.
Vampiric Tutor.
Enlightened Tutor.
Vampiric Tutor.
Worldly Tutor.
I think you know what I'm going here.
You like your tutors. You like your Vampiric Tutor.
Yes. Yes,
All
I
right.
do.
We have 2 more. We're flying through this. We'll see if you have to think about this one. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
What EDHREC got wrong? Dimir edition. I want you to name your top 5 commanders, in your opinion, in reverse order, and we'll compare that to the usage and the deck count that EDHREC has online.
Just to be clear, this is my personal opinion versus what everyone else in the world has built. So how I differ from the masses is what we're analyzing here.
Right. We're playing around. Obviously, EDHREC didn't get anything wrong. They're just putting up the deck count. I'm trying to put you against...
Yeah, it's the raw data and how I perceive the game.
Sure.
It felt like something I needed to throw out after.
You had a couple people on a couple platforms who were not happy with the way we set this up.
No, they were not.
That's all right.
All right.
If it needs to be said, I love EDHREC. I think I'm driving their on-site visit time up. So I'm a good user.
I'm telling you, you're not.
Oh, okay. I'm on the low end.
I have a tab open for EDHREC on at least 2 or 3 different devices at any given time.
I believe you. I believe that. Yeah.
So number 5, I think I'll put Talion Kindly Lord.
Where's that on? Where does EDHREC have that ranked as far as deck count? They have
number 9.
Number 9. All right. They have Alila, Cunning Conqueror at almost 12,000 decks.
Yeah, Talion's at 7,500, closing
Okay.
on 76.
Number 4.
Number 4, I'm going to do Tasha Witch Queen.
Where's she ranked?
15.
You're counting 15. All right. EDHREC has Lord of the Nazgul, a little over 12,000 decks.
Is at 5,130. But so I don't actually have a Tasha deck, but I've played against Tasha decks, and it's a really interesting politics theft deck that plays.
You like the way it played?
It plays in a really interesting manner. It's not the strongest one in the world, but it's solid.
Okay.
Talion is more of a, you're going to hurt and suffer because I'm playing the game.
Did you hurt and
CDH level
suffer when you
commander.
played against it?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't get into one of those games without expecting pain and suffering.
Okay. You're so happy.
But it does so in a more fair way to me than the number 1 deck.
You're not a big fan of. You didn't like the number 1 when we did this game last time. Maybe you're not
For
the number 1.
Azorius. Yeah. No, I have a fundamental issue with, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
So
number 3.
Number 3, I'm going to do the Scarab God. This was the commander for my old zombie deck. But since they recently released a new zombie deck, so I switched up my commander, the colors changed a little bit, and now the Scarab God is more reminiscent and it's good memories, but it's not my go-to commander for zombies is.
Okay. Who's your go-to zombie commander?
I was sort of hoping you wouldn't ask me that. I can pronounce his name right.
Wow. There's one you can't pronounce.
He's also only been out for a little bit.
Well, it's not Edgar.
No.
That's too easy to pronounce.
Also, Edgar's been out for years.
Ever. Yes.
Yeah. Timid Noctamun's Will.
That sounded pretty good. I think that's perfect. I'm sure
I'm
someone
not
will let you know if
retaking
you
that. No, I'm not redoing that.
All right,
Dyslexia
number
is a great
2.
time.
You and me both. Number 2. Did I even give number 3? Number 3, EDHREC has Captain Nagathrod, 13,000 decks.
Okay. No, I found him. I was starting too low. Scarab God's number 7 with almost 1,100 or 11,000 decks.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
he's popular.
Yeah, there we go. All right, number 2.
Everyone can hate me now?
Okay, you already have some haters, so
Yeah, but
people
Tox Corrosive.
Who?
Toxcro the Corrosive. One of the... If that card lasts a turn cycle, you're going to be the only player with creatures.
So people see it come out and they're after you?
Yes.
They need to
and
okay.
I sort of built Toxcro clones because I said, one, Toxcro is not enough.
You need more.
We need all the Toxcros.
Okay.
So he's a problem.
Where's he ranked?
14, right above Tasha Witch Queen.
Oh, funny. All right.
Yeah.
EDHREC has Wilhelt the Rock Cleaver at almost 20,000 decks. 19,000 and change. And I've seen people on your comments talk about Wilhelt. It seems like there's some real Wilhelt fans out there.
Wilhelt is solid, and I have no qualms or issues with Wilhelt as a commander.
You just don't run that style deck?
Not even that. It's... By the time Wilhelt gained a lot of popularity, I already had Scarab God and I didn't feel like changing it. And then when I didn't draw Wilhelt from a pack or no one was trading him, I just didn't feel like going through the effort of building him.
There we go. All right, number 1, EDHREC. Again, I think everyone knows.
Yeah,
Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow, almost 25,000 decks.
So the reason a lot of people don't like Yuriko is the Commander Ninjutsu ruling. So Yuriko has Commander Ninjutsu, which lets you get around command tax, making it essentially impossible to remove from the board in a meaningful way.
Okay.
Which isn't really... I don't like that, and I think it needs to be errated and changed, and Yuriko shouldn't be as good as it is. I understand why it is, just not a play mechanic that I think is well balanced.
All right.
So I don't like... It's not one I work with at all.
Out of principle.
Correct.
All right.
That's so
you choose
against it.
Because some people in your pod might play it.
Exactly.
All right. Number 1.
I'm going with the number 30. Right. Yeah. Lazov Dimir Mastermind.
I've heard you talk about this card.
Yes. So this is a really fun, light, casual mill deck with some clones. And the idea is I hope I get a win con off you guys. Otherwise, I might just try to mill you out. Good luck to me.
You're just playing around. This is a fun time.
Yeah. So
cool.
It is very much one of my more casual builds, but I have an absolute blast with it.
Let's see what people have to say about your. Is there a color grouping that you think you will align with EDHREC? This clearly was not it. We'll find it when we get to it. You did have someone in comments ask for us to do Rakdos.
So Rakdos, I will align a little bit with.
Okay.
I just took a quick look at their top 5.
Next week. That's up next week.
I'll align a little bit with Izzet. Selesnya is going to be horrid.
All right. Or interesting.
Yeah.
All right,
I
we
think
got one
more interesting when we get into like the 3-colored ones because there's less of a pool to work with.
Some of the games, I think we're almost there in the 3-color.
I know. We're about there for some of these.
Yeah. All right. Not this one yet. You ready? This is Build, Save, or Trade, Boros Edition. I'm going to give you 3 of the most popular cards from different types of cards, and you're going to decide which one you want to build a deck with, which one you aren't sure what to do with, so you're just going to save it, and which one you don't like or like the least, and you're going to trade away. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's start with Commanders. This might be a tough choice. Arabella, Abandoned Doll. Winota, Joiner of Forces, and Feather, the Redeemed.
Sell, Feather, save, Arabella,
There's no selling.
build, Winota.
There's no selling. There's no... What are you doing? Trade
Whatever.
which one?
I'll get rid of Feather.
You're getting rid of... Okay, trading
Yeah,
Feather.
I don't really care. Saving Arabella.
Yeah.
I'm building Winota, CEDH stacks.
Okay.
Oh,
that's a high-powered deck.
It is disgusting. Winota, I believe, let me double check this, but I believe Winota is one of like 2 or 3 commanders that got on the Game Changers list.
I think you're right. That's the only one of those 3.
Yes. The other one I know got on the list is Yuriko Tiger Shadow,
Which we've seen in another game.
Yeah. So she is super powerful.
Okay. I'm curious now, as you go through the rest of this game, are you going to try to pick cards that you can build with her or just in different builds?
I'm not going to limit myself to her build. I have
a lot of builds going on.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have instant cards. We have Lightning Helix, Boros Charm, and Chance for Glory.
Build with Boros Charm. Chance for Glory is... All right, so build with Boros Charm. I'm saving Chance for Glory. I'm trading away Lightning Helix.
Okay. Close call in any of them or pretty straightforward?
Pretty straightforward. Boros Charm has a way to grant indestructible, which is really beneficial.
While you're building.
Chance for Glory is a really risky extra turn spell that kills you. So you have to win on that turn. So it takes a very difficult... You get an extra turn at the beginning of that turn's instep, you lose the game.
Wow.
But
that sounds a little crazy.
There's some builds where that trigger goes on stack for you to lose the game and you end the turn removing everything from the stack and things like that. So there are ways to build for that.
All right. Next up, we have sorcery. We have Rip Apart, Taunt from the Rampart, and Waves of Aggression.
Rip Apart, Taunt from the Rampart, and Waves of Aggression?
Yes.
I'm just going to see if I can find. Clearly, I don't build this too often. Colors.
Some of these are hard to find. I'm on MTGDecks.com. Shout out to them.
So Taunt from the Rampart's a goad.
What's that mean?
It's a goad effect. So it forces everyone else to attack everyone else, leaving you alone and with an open board to swing on, which is a good effect. It's just a tad overpriced at 5 mana, including 2 color pips. Rip Apart, that's sorcery speed, artifact or enchantment removal, which isn't bad. What was the other one?
Waves of Aggression.
Waves of Aggression. Oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
All right, let's hear it.
Waves of Aggression is going to be my build.
All right.
I love extra combat steps. They do a lot of really fun things. After that, I will save Taunt from the Ramparts because you can always find a way to use goad. And then I will trade away Rip Apart.
Rip Apart. All right. Well done. We have 2 more. We have artifacts. Bladehold War Whip, Raven Clan War Axe, and Aegis of the Legion.
So let's go ahead and do this then.
All right.
I'm going to build Aegis of the Legion.
All right.
The Mentor plus Shield counters makes for interesting combination. I'm going to save Raven Clan War Axe.
And you're going to toss overboard the Bladehold War Whip. Sounds like that's in the trade pile.
Yeah, the fact that it costs 5 mana to equip makes
too much.
Yeah, it's untenable.
Okay. All right. In the last category, we have enchantments. We have War Leader's Call, Assemble the Legion, and Nahiri's Resolve.
So these are all playable enchantments, these are all playable enchantments, which makes this interesting because they all have good homes.
Okay, so this is really going to be what you would use, what Griffin would use.
Yeah, so I'll build Nahiri's Resolve because, so that's a blink effect. Let me double up on ETB triggers. So I remove something, bring it back in, and it gives me a lot of opportunities to play around with that side of the game. So I like that. So I'm going to build with
ETB
that.
Triggers.
Enter the battlefield.
Thank you. All right, building Nahiri's.
With that, I'm going to also save the War Leader's Call because it's 3 mana, so it's not very expensive. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. And it's also an Anthem effect, boosting the strength of your board. So it has a lot of potential uses and a lot of good homes. Most likely, it would actually end up in the same build as Nahiri's Resolve.
And then Assemble the Legion, trading away, didn't quite make the cut.
Correct. It's good. It's just not
It's not as good.
It's not as good. That said, you could argue Assemble the Legion with War Leader's Call and a few token multipliers would be a game ender. Like, it had that potential.
So that was a close call for you.
Yes, it definitely was.
All right. That's all I got this week.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching, making it into the video. If you have any suggestions or things you want to see moving forward, please let us know in the comments and we'll try to figure out a way to incorporate your all's ideas.